Shema yomar hadayan. Maybe the judge will say, Ma li v'latzara azot. Why do I need this headache of being a dayan? Talmud omar, what should a person learn? V'imachem b'dvar mishpat. Hashem is imchem, He is with you, b'dvar mishpat. By the way, even here, this is a quote from Divrei Hayamim, which we mentioned last week. If you remember, it's in the, I think it's at the bottom of the previous page. Over there, it says, in my Tanakh at least, it says bidvar mishpat. So again, there's a little, but it means that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with you in judgment. Who said this pasuk? Last week we mentioned that Yehoshaphat, when he appointed judges, he told them, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to be with you in the matter of judgment. En l'dayan, ela ma she'enav ro'ot. So what does the law say? The law says that a judge, when he's sitting in judgment, doesn't have to worry about all the things they don't know. A judge rules based on what their eyes see. Let me translate to English. A judge is going to say, listen, I might make a mistake. Maybe I'm going to hear all the facts, all the stories. I'm going to interview the witnesses. But at the end of the day, I'll still make a mistake. Then HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to send me some divine consequence for my mistake. Maybe I don't want to sign up for the job. Two answers here. One, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with you when you judge. Don't think you're doing this alone. It's not an alone job. But the second part of this, to recognize that HaKadosh Baruch Hu only expects from you to judge that which your eyes can see. HaKadosh Baruch Hu can see everything. He's with you seeing everything. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu only expects you to judge based on the information you have. Now this sentence here cannot be underestimated. It is probably the most important halakha that we have in all of Jewish law. You might not agree with me right now, but wait just one moment and I'll explain to you why. Hanidrash min hadayan. What is expected from the judge? לעשות את כל אשר ביכולתו לבירור האמת כפי שתראה בעיניו. The judge is expected, is responsible to do all the work, to take all the proper steps to ensure that they know the truth in this matter of judgment to the best of their ability. And if you wanted to see inside, look at the Rambam, chapter 23, the laws of Sanhedrin, where he spells this out. Ve'ezrat Hashem muftachato latzlachato. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu promises to help so that the lawmaker will be successful. V'dinhu. And it's a law. Kivan shekol dayan shedan din emet. Meaning, when the judge makes a decision based on what they see, what they know, that is the law. Kivan shekol dayan shedan din emet lamito, na'asa shutaf la'HaKadosh Baruch Hu b'maaseh bereshit. Because we are taught by our rabbis in Masechet Shabbat that every judge who judges a true judgment, meaning reaches true conclusions in law, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says that they are his partner in creating the world. Klomar, what does that mean? Mikayem hu ta'olam, that this person is responsible for sustaining the world, v'tzdara v'chavatiyim, and maintaining order in society, v'zehu ratzon Hashem be'etzem ha'biriyah, and that is the whole desire of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in creation. There should be order in humanity. There should be justice in the world. Imken, min hadin shashutaf ya'azor b'msima she'utla alav. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu is a partner in judgment, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is a partner in creation, and a judge who's judging truthfully, a lawmaker who's making true laws, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will hold up his part of the deal. If a partner means that two people are doing something. What is a partnership? It can't be a partnership. One person does all the work and the other one doesn't do anything. That's called a bad marriage. What is a bad marriage? One person doing everything, the other one not doing anything. That's not a partnership. Just because you call them my partner doesn't mean they are your partner. The partner are two people who give everything they have to each other, and that's the way that they're able to sustain their whole world. HaKadosh Baruch Hu promises to do his part. If I'm your partner and you're my partner, I will do my part. You do your part, I'll do mine. Now, this is something we don't talk about so much in Jewish circle. And it's something that the West might not completely comprehend about our Jewish legal system. And that is, at the end of the day, as much as we human beings are involved in managing the world for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we believe wholeheartedly in the existence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and in the constant involvement of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in our world. A lawmaker is not alone. It's not a lonely place to be in. The company is that of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. A lawmaker has to know I'm making a law, and so long as I'm faithful to my creator, to my partner in creation, then I'm okay. I'll be okay. I can only do what I can do, and I can only do what my eyes show me. Why did I tell you this is the most important law that we have? Because of what we're going to read about in the next paragraph. But before I get there, please let me read to you just a little piece of Masechet Shabbat that Rabbi Chaim David Halevi did not quote. If you want to look in Masechet Shabbat, I'm on page 139a. Kuf Lamed Tet Amud Aleph. We talk about how we want to see HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the world. People always want to know more about HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They want to experience HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Can you give me some examples about how we can experience HaKadosh Baruch Hu in this world? What are things we can do to ensure that we will experience divinity in this life? Yeah, go for it.
Just have to do with taking care of Hashem's precious people, like the converts and the widows and the orphans.
Okay, so being more God-like, just like HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, and not just that, if just like I visit the sick, you should visit the sick. Just like I'm compassionate, you should be compassionate. Of course, I'll take it. Who else? Yosef, I saw you unmuted yourself.
I too said Chesed, but perhaps Shabbat is another aspect.
Okay, Chesed Shabbat, if you've studied Rabbeinu Avraham, the son of the Rambam's book, The Guide to Serving God, HaMaspik L'Ovdei Hashem, he talks about a Pigiyah Elohit, a divine encounter that could happen to you while sitting at your Shabbat table with the proper feelings and consciousness and actions. Okay, I'll take it. What else?
Prayer.
That Hashem gave us this is the way I want you to behave in life, and that I think will give us some connection.
So Marlene says following the mitzvot is a sure way to experience HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I think there are dozens of Pesukim that will tell us that. Someone said prayer. Who said prayer?
That was me.
That was Zev. Zev says prayer. I think there's nothing else to prayer more than connection to our Creator. I know that people have given all kinds of other ideas about what is prayer, but prayer, B'Savoshe Davar, is the greatest expression of emunah. When we struggle with our relationship with the Creator, usually the first thing that gets hurt is not our study of Torah or our kindness to other people. Usually it's our prayer. It's our inability to have a conversation with a Creator that we're struggling with. And it could be that we're not even struggling with a Creator. It could be we're struggling with the false notion of a Creator, and that's why we're struggling with prayer. But that's part of a different conversation for a different shiur. Maybe one more before I read to you what Masechet Shabbat tells us of sure way, another way. All of these are right so far. Okay, let me read to you. Here's what the Chachamim say.
Before you read, where are you in Masechet Shabbat?
Masechet Shabbat, Kuf Lamed Tet Amud Aleph, 139a. Says the Talmud, V'hen HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mashre Shekinato Al Yisrael. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will not place his presence on the Jewish people. So there is something, you're talking about ways to connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but we have two parts of connecting to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What does David HaMelech tell us? Sur Mera, you have to leave evil. Va'aseh Tov, then you must do good. You familiar with this pasuk? That we read it on Shabbat morning in the Beit HaKnesset. People, an unfortunate part of Tehillim is that everybody prays Tehillim and nobody studies Tehillim. So Tehillim became like a book of segulot. You read it 40 times a day for 40 days in a row, and forwards and then backwards. And if you read this pasuk 7 times upside down, Tehillim became a book that nobody actually studies. It's a book that everybody's praying it. But if we would take a moment to just study King David's wisdom that he gave to the world, Sur Mera Va'aseh Tov. In order to do good, there are a lot of well-meaning individuals that want to do good, but you cannot do good before you abandon evil. You can't clean your shoes from the mud if you're still standing in the mud. Would you agree? You could pick up your right foot and clean it, and then put it down, and then pick up your left foot and clean it, but then your right foot will get muddy all over again. Before you try to do good, you must cleanse yourself of that which is wrong. Says the Talmud, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mashre Shekinato Al Yisrael. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not going to place his Shekhinah, his presence, on the Jewish people. Ad sheyitzlu shoftim v'shotrim ra'im miYisrael. Until the Jewish people rid themselves of all the evil judges and police officers of their people. So long as there is corrupt leadership in Am Yisrael, there is no chance for the Shekinah to rest itself on the Jewish people. What we're talking about here, that one who judges based on the truth, Hadan Din Emet. So what does it say? That HaKadosh Baruch Hu will consider him to be a partner in the creation of the world. That's true. That's the positive side of this sentence. But the negative side of this is, and if this judge or this officer still stays part of Jewish leadership, then we will merit the exact opposite. We will merit the destruction of a world in which there is no divine revelation, in which there is no HaKadosh Baruch Hu.